Howdy everyone, this is Locknuts, and you're watching episode 6 of the Wilderness series on Wastelands. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, how are you guys doing today? Oh my goodness, I tell you what, we did quite a bit of logging. I only think I took one, maybe two loads in. Yeah, I think that was all that it was. And I decided, you know what, let's come over here, let's cut some grass. One thing that I am realizing now, I don't remember where my property line is. And as you can see over here, we were able to mow grass on land that wasn't ours. So, oof, I might be mowing too much. I'm not too worried. I think eventually I'd like to expand and take on some of this over here. So that's not the end of the world. Eventually we'll get to cut the grass, but I figured this is just a good way for us to go ahead and see where our boundary really is. And I know we just put the, I don't know, the cover, whatever you want to call it, the cover on the silage, or I should say the chaff to make silage. And yeah, I know that happened, but that's okay. That is just okay. Oh, wait a second. Oh yeah. Oh yes. pH level's bad. Oh, that's right. I don't think I put anything on here. Oh, well. No worries. But that does bring us up to a challenge that we have to end up doing. Well, not really a challenge, but what I meant to say is it's going to be awfully challenging for us to harvest our wheat without any harvester at all. And right now, there's not many harvesters out there, even modded ones. There are not many harvesters I can get for $82,000, almost $83,000. So I think we're gonna have to sit on things for right now. Oh my goodness, I'm driving around without my mowing deck on. I'll come back and get that stuff in a little while. No problems. So as I had mentioned on the last episode, wait a second here. Maybe not. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to look at something. That's a pretty neat looking rock right there. Didn't know if that was something I could mine or something like that, so I keep my eyes open trying to do the best I can. But, yeah, we're not going to be able to go ahead and do that or buy a harvester, so we're going to have to continue on with doing wood, which in a little bit we'll head on up there. Shoot, that's in the water. I didn't see where the water's edge was. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll go up there. We got to make some more cash. And like I was about to say, on the last episode, I thought I seen somebody wandering around. Well, I thought I seen somebody wandering around in my land again. Not too sure what that's about. I just caught a glimpse of them. It's just a guy walking around. Didn't look like he was up to anything, but still, I mean, walking around on our land, that shouldn't be happening. You should at least ask for permission before you do that. So hopefully we can catch up with them one of these times, figure out what's going on, see what they're doing. If they're looking for something, whatever. It doesn't really matter all that much. I want to know, what are you doing wandering around in my land? So we'll keep an eye out for them. We'll keep rocking and rolling. I think we're going to end up having to come over here and get... what we'll probably end up doing right after this. I'll probably, I tell you what, that brings us up to something right here. I think I'll go ahead. I think I'll continue mowing my grass here and then I'll catch up with you guys in just a couple minutes. I know it seems like it's sporadic and scattery. Well, that's really cool. I'm really glad our wheat is finally ready to harvest. But honestly, I don't even know what really to get. I think that's going to have to be one of those things where I go into town and ask the town folks, hey, this is what I got. What should I do? Especially if we're thinking about going ahead and expanding and maybe potentially having another field over by our mineral deposit, our mine, whatever you want to call it. We're definitely going to have to look into something. So, tell you what, let me finish this up here, guys, and I will meet up with you down by the logs, and we will pick up some trees and sell some trees. Get a little cashola in the pocket. You betcha. Hey! Hey, what are you doing? Oh, jeez, did you see that? Shoot, we just missed him. Oh, man, I just got up here, I pulled up, and I seen a car pulling out of here and driving across the bridge. Gosh darn it, I missed it again. Ah. Gosh darn it all. We're going to figure out what's going on eventually. I know it. I just know it. Anyways. I'd like to say hey. Hey to all the people who've commented out here on the Liebherr. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. It's kind of cool to see there are fans of this little contraption out there too. I mean, it's a great beast. It's a great beast. Oh man, and also with that, guys, I really appreciate all the good comments. I've been getting a lot. It's awfully neat. It's awfully neat getting all this encouragement. Praise. I think that might be a bit strong, but yeah, I definitely appreciate all the comments and all the kind words. It's awfully kind, I guess. I know it's kind to be kind, but oh, shoot, I was just recording the other day the Wasteland episode. That one's kind of coming towards the end, kind of wrapping up pretty soon here, and I was talking a little bit about this one, and it's to me, I don't get it. I know for you guys who have listened to the Wasteland, been following along with it, you'll have heard what I'm roughly about to say here. But yeah, I doing that one made it. The series is not done yet, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. I guess I'm not really sure what's going on. Why that one has more success than this one in particular, not really sure. I chalk a lot of that up to myself being relatively new to YouTube and not understanding a lot of the stuff that's going on, but I definitely appreciate everybody who's seen this wilderness series that we got going on here pop up on your screen and decide, hey, you know what? Let's give this a shot. It's awfully kind, and it's cool to see because I know my there we go, get off of there. My subscriber count has gone up a ton just because of this particular episode. I'm glad people are giving me the shot to see what I have to offer, and I'm glad you end up liking it. I really am. So let's keep on going here with this. Let's keep this series going strong. See where it goes from here. I got some ideas. But, yeah. For the time being, here, we're going to keep on rocking and rolling and getting these logs. Oof, yeah. Yeah, again, I know I've said this before, and it might sound a little silly to you guys, but, you know, it's just... I'm just shocked at how much money you can make off of doing forestry. For the longest time, I was definitely one of those people that was not necessarily on board for forestry. Just, no, negative, not happening. You're not getting that out of me. But, oh my gosh, there's good money in this. There's absolutely good money in this stuff. And that kind of does go back to what I was talking about in my Klein's Land a little bit. If I were going ahead and starting this map off, but not necessarily this map, but starting off a gameplay where I had nothing, a little bit of cash in my pocket when we started this map, and that's it, it would take me a very, very long time to be where I'm at. And just the amount of money that we've been able to gather here in this short period of time being on this map is just absolutely astronomical. I could never imagine it. This map has definitely changed my outlook on forestry. Completely, just absolutely completely changed it. Alright, so let's get this up here. This one is not a pretty one, so let's try and close our eyes for this one. Oof, that's bad. Let's see, we gotta almost set this down at an angle here. And that's it. Let's see. Well, that was kind of ugly, but I guess it's kind of up there. Boy. Yeah, I think we'll get this, push this in here. Oops. Come on. Well, I don't know if that helped. I might have actually made that worse. But I think we'll go ahead and we'll grab one more load of wood, or I should say trees that we've cut down. And that should probably be about it. I mean, we got quite a bit of wood we cut down. Or at least, you know, that's kind of the way I always think about it. I always think that, yeah, we've cut down a lot of trees. There's a lot of piles here. Oh my gosh, I got lots and lots of wood, but when I start picking it up and putting it onto the trailer, it really doesn't turn out to be that much. I usually get 3, maybe 4 loads, full-ish loads, kind of loads like this, stacked a little neater, of course. But I do apologize, guys. I have a little visitor in here with me today, and she is making a lot of noise. She hears Mama. I'm talking about our dog here. She hears Mama out there. And she knows Mama's out there, and she's in here by me, so... She loves her Mama. So, yeah. Gosh. Come on, get in there. Normally, I guess, that's kind of what ends up happening for me. When I'm going ahead and I'm doing this, I will, you know, it's one of those things where I usually get to about that point when I decide, hey, I've had enough, I need to go ahead and start selling this wood. I can't handle the piles. Oh, man. I think for me it's usually about 20 to 28, 30 trees before I end up swapping stuff out and have to change my plan a little bit. Reason why I'm saying this is because I'd like you guys to go ahead and comment down below. And if you guys do forestry, whether it's like this or you do it on a little bit smaller scale or even a larger scale, if you could, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know about how many trees, give or take, do you guys cut down before you're telling yourself, all right, that's enough. I need to tidy this place up. I need to sell some of this wood. I need to make a couple extra bucks. Oh, I know, it's terrible. Oh, boy. Well, I tell you what, give me just 1 second here, guys. Alright, guys, sorry about that. Now, this little section right here, unfortunately, I forgot to turn my microphone back on, so I'm actually recording this separately, so bear with me. Yeah, essentially what I'm talking about here is I'm trying. Oh shoot, I forgot I crashed into that. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious to see if you guys, where do you guys get when you decided to change? You need a change of pace when you're going ahead and logging. Like I said, for me, I get about to that 20 to 30 tree line, and it's like I gotta stop. I gotta change. I gotta do something else. You know, what is it? What is it? All right, so I'm sitting here and I'm guessing. I'm gonna say it's like 29,000. That was what my guess was, and it's 35. So I was off. I was desperately off, and that is unfortunate. But I guess them are the breaks. I'm not very good at guessing, if you guys have noticed. Well, I guess I take that back. Every once in a while, it happens. It works out okay, and you know, it just is what it is. So at this point, I'm gonna have to go ahead and let you go. I'm gonna keep on going ahead and doing some logging, getting the rest of that wood sold, get things changed up, because we got to get that harvester. Oh yeah, that's right. With that harvester, I got to go talk to the guys. I got to figure out what's going on here. Yeah. Oh jeez. I wonder what I should get. Hopefully they'll let me know. A long time ago, when I was a little kid, Grandpa took me fishing one time near a chunk of water very similar to this. I was really little at the time, and I thought this was super cool. We were walking with Grandpa right down to the water to go fishing. Well, along the way, we passed an orchard. Grandpa knew the owners, and they were good friends. Grandpa did a lot of work for them, and they had told Grandpa at any time that he wanted, he could go ahead and pick a couple apples for himself. So that's what we did. We picked a couple apples and continued on our way down to the water, where we decided to go fishing. Well, we were fishing for quite a while and started to get hungry, so Grandpa tossed me an apple. I took a bite of that apple. I tell you what, that apple was so big, it was big as my head. I mean, I was a little kid at the time, but gosh, that was just a huge, huge apple. Well, there was something off about that apple, and as I took a bite into it, I looked down at my apple, and there, in the apple, were two worms all tied up and all knotted up. And oh my gosh, I was a little kid. I threw the apple on the ground and I started crying and tell Grandpa, hey, this is terrible. There were some worms. There were worms in my apple. Grandpa took me by the arm and said, "Don't you worry. See, what you got yourself right there is you got yourself a knotted worm apple. And when you see two worms all knotted up in an apple, well, you can guarantee that you're going to have yourself some good fishing. It's good luck." Well, I wiped the tears from my eyes and I told Grandpa, okay. Well, we kept on fishing, and I tell you what, we had the best day fishing ever. Oh, I tell you what, it was a really good time. Really good time. I miss Grandpa. But I still remember that orchard. I still remember that orchard. So I figured it was time I go ahead and I make myself an orchard here. Maybe someday some kid and their grandpa will come over here and grab an apple or two and head on out in the river and start fishing. Maybe they'll get lucky enough to potentially find themselves a knotted worm. I tell you what, I found a knotted worm twice in my life. Once when I was out fishing with Grandpa, and another time right here. That harvester can wait. That harvester can wait. Well, I hate to be anybody that's following me in this truck. Holy cats, I tell you what. We have ourselves a truckload of manure. Oof. I tell you what, it's going to work out for us. It's going to work out for us. So, manure we bought at the store. We bought a pallet of it. Actually, we bought 4 pallets of it. And this is how much we have. We have 12,600. Now, I think that's going to be enough for our trees over here, our orchard. Oh, man. I tell you what, couple things. You know, I kind of have a general idea of where I'd like to see things go, how I'd like to see things happen. As for this area right here, I had an idea for it. I wasn't 100% sure. And I want to say thanks to Jason Weatherly, Weatherly, for suggesting an orchard. Now, I didn't necessarily plan on having an orchard over here. I had thought about doing an orchard. I'm not sure where it was going to end up being, how it was going to end up getting into here, but ultimately it worked out really, really well. So that's hats off. Thanks for encouraging this location or locations over in this general area. I think this is going to work out just perfect. It's not a terribly big area. It's not a super small area. This is kind of enough room to do what we got to do. Now, what I ended up getting here is I got this little 2,000 liter lizard milk and water tank, and that's what we got going on here. It's not too bad. I mean, it's only 2,000 liters. So, I mean, it is what it is. And I have this this water fill point, this spigot right here along the side of the building. That's going to enable us to go ahead and continually refill this thing. Now, you might be telling yourself, well, 2,000 liters is not all that much, and I completely agree. But the good news is 2,000 liters is the exact amount that each one of these trees needs. Where are the triggers? Oh, there's one. That's one thing I kind of wish would be a little, I don't know, more user-friendly when it comes to these trees. You know, showing you where the exact spot is that you need to go ahead and put the water down, put the manure down. That would be cool. Oh, that's right. I think if I remember correctly, this is actually a pretty large radius, which I can start refilling, so I'll have to pay attention to that. But I'll keep going on with this here. We'll get this all filled up. Yeah, like I was saying, this specific... Oh, come on. Where are you? Oh, come on. Well, I guess it's just going to be that way. Oop, 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 oop. I seen blinking. Where was it? Oh, man, I lost it. Oh, well, we'll drive around. We'll find it again. But, yeah, and this little tanker that I was trying to talk about here, I think it only cost $500, so it's not bad. Not bad for the price. I mean, you get what you need. It is, like I said, it is only 2,000 liters that it holds, so it's not perfect, it's not great, but it'll get the job done, and ultimately, that's all that matters. Now, what the heck? Oh, man. I tell you what, this is the first time I've ever done. Oh shoot, there it was, and I just missed it. I'm willing to bet. Oh good, I got it. This is the first time I've ever done an orchard before. Um, I've only seen this done in the past, and already I am feeling the same thing that I witness almost all the time. That these trees are really just a pain in the butt trying to find the correct spot for the triggers. Let me hop on out of here really quick. Okay, so that tree, these trees are good. These trees should be all good. So it's just that one right there I gotta try and find the trigger for. Maybe out here. Nope. Well, let's turn this thing back around. Go around the horn, see if I can find it. So I brought our tractor down over here. I figure, you know, up at the main farm, it's not really probably going to get a lot of use at this point because we are expanding rapidly up there. And I think this might be a good place for it to get some use. Oh, there we go. Found it. Ugh. Well, that was rough. Way harder than real. Oh, shoot. Then I turned it off. Gosh darn it all. Way more use down here, I think, than at the main farm. Like I said, I really like this tractor, but we've already surpassed what we need for this. Now, if we were going ahead and starting off with nothing, which we did start off with, and then have no forestry really as an option for us, that'd be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright, let's get this up here. Let's see if I can do this. The other thing I need to get is barrels? Baskets? I'm not really sure. Bins? And I have no idea how much manure. Okay, so 2,000. So 2,000 liters of manure, 2,000 liters of water. Perfect. So I should have 600 liters too much in this thing. And I do have another pallet back at the, oh geez, what is it? At the store. So eventually here we'll go ahead and we'll look at getting that and doing something with it. But I think, there we go. Our next step after this is... Yeah, this is one thing I did notice. There is this one stump that I forgot. There it is. Yeah, there is one stump right in front of the truck here that I forgot. I noticed that when I was doing a little landscaping, so... Maybe not right now. I don't need to take care of it, but it's definitely going to need to be something that has to happen. That's definitely something that's going to happen here in the near future. Alright, so, I think at this point, I think what I'll go ahead and do is we need 6 baskets at a minimum. 6 containers at a minimum. Now, what I don't remember, and this is 100% me not really having a clue as to what's going on here, but what I don't know is, do we just start getting apples? Do we have to wait a little bit of time? I'm not sure. I know I have to put the bin underneath this thing, but does it start getting apples to begin with, or what ends up happening? I don't know. I'm not too sure. I tell you what, guys, give me just a couple minutes. I am going to swap vehicles around here. I'm going to take this guy. I'll drive him back to the farm, but I gotta get this. I gotta get our flatbed trailer, or our flatbed, or lowboy, whatever you want to call it. I gotta get that on that truck over there and get it into town so I can go ahead and get what I need for over here. So I'll probably catch up with you guys in a little while once I get this all reshuffled around. And, you know, the good news is by us coming in through here time and time again to get this thing built, the construction crews, the rocks and whatnot, it kind of wore this down. So now we actually have a semi-visible road. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. All right, so now we have our pallets. Oof. Good times. And if you notice, cash has dipped down just a hair. We have decided, or settled, I should say, on the harvester that we're going to use. Now, we ended up going for a slightly cheaper option to start off with. We will end up, I think it's just getting this thing close, and that's all it needs to have happen. Okay, yeah, that's all it has to be close. We did start off with a cheaper option to begin with the potential of maybe upgrading at some point. But for right now, I think what we're going to end up getting here, or I should say what we have, is not going to be a bad option. Now, I know some of you may have seen this one before. Maybe you've used it, maybe you haven't. I have used it before. I bought it before. I have not got it in this particular configuration that we got, though. So I'm going to be kind of interested to see how this ends up going. Now, as for our apples here, that has 2 liters. That has 2 liters. That has 2 liters. Cool. Now let's come here and click on this because I'm not sure. Honey, apple, cherry, pears, plums, apples disabled. 1,000 liters the capacity. So if I remember correctly, all I end up having to do is once I get a handful in there, I just take and set it down right here. Since I'm doing only apples, I might actually want to get a second set of wooden crates for this because we're not going to be able to sell everything all at once. So I'll probably end up having to take wooden crates, get 2 of them, set them by the trees. When I take that one home, put it over here, I'll have to have another one out there because that's not going to empty right away. At least that's what I think is going to end up happening. I don't know. I'll be 100% honest. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I've never done apples before, never done orchards before, so this is all kind of brand new to me. But with that being said, now we did go ahead and we did talk to, let's see if I can back this thing up. No, I'm not going to be able to back this thing up. We'll just have to make a turn. Now, I did go ahead and talk to some of the locals that have done farming in the past and are at least knowledgeable of farming equipment and its uses. And they were telling me we had to get a harvester and a header. So that's what we ended up getting for our wheat. I talked to the dealer. They kind of walked me through what was going on, and I think we'll be pleasantly happy with this. Yeah, I think this will be great. This is just another step forward for us when it comes to like improving ourselves, improving the farm, trying to earn the respect of the citizens of this town. Oof. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. So, as you may be able to start to see here, here is our harvester. We got ourselves the first shrit. That guy. We got that guy over there. Let's unloading that. Okay, perfect. And I have never got it with these tracks on the front before, so for me this is kind of neat. I haven't seen that, and we have some yellow on this thing. Well, that's good. That is good. So like I said, I don't know if this is going to be our come-all, end-all harvester that we're going to have here, but, uh-oh. But it's definitely going to be one that'll at least do what we... Oh my goodness. It should at least do what we need it to do. Now, as you may or may not be able to see, one tremendous downfall of this harvester is it does not turn on a dime, but when it comes to price, base model, it's 89,000. Couple customizations put it up to 90. And then the header, I think, was only 15,000, which out of all the headers in the game, if you're looking at base game, that's one of the cheapest ones. So, if not the cheapest one. So, price-wise, it's gonna do the trick for us for the time being. We'll see how this all plays out in the long run. But, yeah. You betcha. Alright, now the good news is... Alright, that was locked. Good. The good news is our truck that we have, the one that had the manure in it, that attachment, or whatever you want to call it, that configuration that we have it in right now, is capable of handling grains and crops and stuff like that. So we're not going to have to buy a separate trailer by any means to go ahead and transport crops or anything like that. So that's nothing we're going to have to worry about. We'll just use that guy to keep ourselves moving forward. Oh my goodness, a little tippy. It's handling it okay, barely on there, but let's take a look at this. I think it does say 13 tons. Okay. So it is strapped on for sure. It's not going to fall off, even though I didn't strap it on there very well, or drove it on there very well. It'll work just fine. So, with that being said, guys, why don't I just drive back, save you the trip. You don't have to worry about it. I'll do the driving, and I'll meet you up at the farm. Alright, so we are coming up on the farm, and as you can see, I did a little bit of mowing. Now, I find it weird, maybe I have a mod on that's allowing this to happen, but for some reason I'm allowed to mow on land that's not mine. There were some parts a little earlier on that was not the case. Here, though, that does appear to be the case. I'm not sure what's going on with that, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I mean, one thing I may end up doing here is just taking my mower and mow all the way back to the knotted worm, just to try and give myself at least a path, at least a guess of a way to go. Only problem I did see right there is that we may or may not end up making it a little bumpy. The trailer here was getting a little wobbly driving over that, so that might actually not be the best of ideas. At least it sounded good at the time. Not so much anymore. But, yeah. So, I tell you what, here we go. Maiden voyage. Let's see how she goes. Let's see how she handles. And let's turn this thing... Well, I didn't mean to turn it off. I meant to turn the harvester on. I gotta unfold it first. What the heck? Alright, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. Boy, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say this is wheat, so oh man, probably only I'd say 3,000 liters. Oh, I'm gonna be way off. I'm gonna be way the heck off. I forgot wheat is like super high yield. Oh well, I'll stick to my guns. 3,000 liters. Oh man, so yeah, I have used this harvester in the past. It's not a bad one. Like I said, it's cheap. It has a 5,500 liter tank. You have to upgrade it to get to that point. Other than that, it is, I think, 4,500. Not spectacular. Not spectacular, but better than, like the Bison. It's better than that. And I believe it's actually cheaper, too. I don't remember how much the Bison cost, but like I said, this, with a little bit of upgrades, a little bit of tweaking that I did to it, it was 91,000 plus the header, which I think was 15, like I said. So, all in all, you get a harvester that actually has pretty darn good horsepower for the price and the size. I think the horsepower is 287. I could be wrong. I actually probably am wrong, because that doesn't sound right. But still, we're doing just fine with this, and it does not seem to be having any issues at all. Alright, let's get this back in here. So, just as a historical reference, oh man, let's see, FS22 is about ready to come out in under a month. I myself am pretty darn stoked for that. I am rip-roaring, ready to go. I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago, something like that. They announced, or I should say Giants announced, a little video that there will be bees on FS22, honeybees, which we kind of had an idea that was going to be the case because of some of the earlier pictures and screenshots, whatever you want to call it, that they had dropped early on. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, in my stream that I do, we had a pretty lengthy discussion on that and how the bees benefit the farm and how it can potentially increase yields on the farm. Came up some pretty good ideas. One of the ideas I had, I don't know, because I actually have not watched the video yet. I'm neglecting it. Let's get that off. Let's turn that off. I think the discussion was, if you have a beehive next to the field, it is going to increase the yield of the field. Well, what if you had... Oh, shoot, we got manure in here. Let's see, we'll find a spot to dump this. One of the things that I was thinking of is, what if there's like a radius? Now, obviously, I have not seen the video, so if I'm way off base or this is something that's already known, I apologize. I'm actually going to take this manure and set it right here as a nice clean spot. And we'll just have to pick it up and put it in here later on. We'll make it work one way or another. Yeah, maybe if they had like a radius of, okay, here's your beehive, and with anything within this radius, that boosts the yield. Or maybe they decide, well, if that's the case, it'll boost the yield on the fields that are in the radius. I don't know. Just a thought. I don't know how it's going to end up. But, like I said, we are within a month of FS22 dropping, and I am ecstatic. Oof. I can't wait for it to come. Alright. Ow. Back to the farm. So, when we go ahead and harvest, we get straw as a byproduct. Now, I'm not sure what we can do with the straw, but one thing I do know is there's really no place for us to put this. So, maybe we look at putting up a building of some sort? Maybe just put it in a pile? I don't know. Ah, man. These town folks are going to get sick of me. I'm just going to have to keep on asking questions because I just don't know. But maybe we go ahead and look at a silo or something. Alright, let's come in here for a little bit. Now let me take a peek. Well, unfortunately, one major drawback is I do not see a cup holder, so that already, oh, that gets a negative for me, because I gotta have someplace to put my coffee. But with that being said, let's keep on rocking and rolling, and we will go ahead and get this thing harvested. Oh shoot, I turned it off again. Gosh darn it. Too many buttons. Too many buttons. Oh boy. Yeah. My first harvest. Pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. And we're coming up on the end here. Not much straw coming out of there, but I wanted to demonstrate to you this turning radius. Now, this is what I've been doing. I gotta swing this thing all the way around just to be able to get that thing going back in the right direction. And because when the header's down, it only moves 6 miles an hour, I pick the header up when I'm going around the corners just to get this thing up and over and done and over with, so... Whew. Alright, well... First harvest is in the bag. Let's go ahead and throw this in the back of the truck. And we will see how much we actually got. Let's turn that off for a second. Let's see here. I'm waiting. And 9,297 liters. Not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe I misread that. Yep, nope, 97. There we go. Cool. Absolutely cool. So, I went and checked the prices out here real quick, and fortunately, the dockyard is the place that has the highest price for wheat, so that's where we're going to go ahead and take this right now. I checked out the mineral that we got, the pit, the mineral pit that we have, and the price is pretty low right now, so we're still just going to wait and hold off and not do anything with it. I know it seems like it's a big waste. I don't know if maybe looking at getting a multi-fruit silo that will able to hold that would be a better idea, because then we could harvest it, because that takes a while, or mine it, however you want to say it. We can mine it, put it in this silo, and then quickly load it from the silo into the back of the truck. Now, I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, it's double handling it, triple handling it, all that jazz, but I think I gotta go this way. I gotta do something about the road, man. We gotta really make things better for ourselves here. I keep getting lost out here. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. It's kind of different driving in from this direction now that we've knocked down all of these trees. It really does open the place up. I gotta go grind them stumps down here too sometime. Grind the stumps. I was thinking about leaving some of these trees up here. Not sure. Kind of play that by ear. I've been leaving the little tips around here too, just because I don't know. I don't like picking them up all the time. I'll probably pile them up, get them off to the side, and then wait a little while. I don't know. I I feel like otherwise it's kind of a waste of a trip. And I can't put those in the back of our logging trailer, because if we put them on the back of the logging trailer, sometimes they get caught when I try and strap everything down. It'll get it'll get strapped in as well, and then I'm driving a fixed 20-30 foot trailer truck combination, and it doesn't work out very well. It's essentially I'm driving a bus at that point, and it's no good. So we just try and make do with what we have. Alrighty then. Oops, careful. Now, it's a good thing that we sparked enough interest in the dock. So they decided they were going to reopen their dockyard and get stuff going. That is really, really good news for us. Really good news for us. Because that gives us the opportunity to potentially make more money. And that's what we need right now. We need more money. We need more profits. We need to be able to make things happen. Be able to push this economy along a little bit. $6,774,000. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, especially considering that was just a set it and forget it setup. Ooh. Oh man, I tell you what. I tell you what. If you guys are liking what you're hearing, you're liking what you're seeing here, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. Oof, I tell you what, I'd appreciate it. Go ahead and turn your notifications on and make sure that's on and set to all. That way you know when this and other videos that I put out are going to be coming out. You can stay in touch. Also, if you could go ahead and help the channel out by hitting that subscription. You don't have to, but I tell you what, it's mighty appreciative. Oh man, share this video. Ooh, tell you what, better yet, go ahead. If you know somebody who has an orchard, I tell you what, share the video with them. Or if not, you know, it doesn't matter. Do what you want to do. I don't mind. They're theirs to be seen, theirs to be viewed. Oh my goodness. Well, guys, from Knotted Worm's Orchard, I gotta tell you, thanks for stopping by. I really miss Grandpa. I really miss him.